August 25th, CNN equals politics.
Well, joining me now are three of the best political analysts in the country and CNN contributors. A Republican strategist, Ed Rollins, and Ed served as White House political director under President Reagan. He recently chaired Mike Huckabee's presidential campaign. We're also joined by New York Daily News columnist Errol Lewis, and Errol is also the host of the morning show on WWRL in New York City. And we're joined by Democratic strategist Hank Sheinkopf. And gentlemen, thanks for being with me. You know, this week a lot of attention paid to the remarks about playing the race card. Now, Senator McCain accused the Obama campaign of playing the race card. And here's what Senator Obama said earlier. So we'll start with that quote.
And so the only way they figure they're going to win this election is if they make you scared of me. So what they're saying is, well, we know we're not very good, but you can't risk electing Obama. You know, he's new, doesn't look like the other presidents on the currency.
It's almost a throwaway line, and yet it drew such attention. Hank, thoughts on this?
Good move on Obama's part. Get the race issue out front. I mean, he shows up, he's black. Let's get used to it. Trying to put the Republicans on the outs. It's a move to get suburban voters who are very, very, very sensitive to those kinds of arguments. Pretty good. McCain response, not so genius-like.
All right. Well, you know, there was a good bit of discussion over whether this is the first time the race card had been played in the campaign, and some suggest that perhaps not, that there's been a sort of discussion underway throughout the whole campaign about race. Why make such a big deal about a throwaway line at a rally?
Well, I think one part of it is, as far as I could tell, is that it's the strategy of the McCain campaign to have us talk about this weekend, and not the fact, for example, that when the fundraising numbers come out, he'll probably have fallen further behind Obama when it comes to fundraising. You know, to sort of try to get back into it. He just took a 6 or 7 day beating where Obama was running all over the world and dominating every news cycle. So I see this as McCain's chance or opportunity or attempt to sort of just get back into the race, to sort of control some of the debate, to try to throw a little bit of shade on the bright light that's been shining on Obama lately.
And, well, there's been also comments about him being a celebrity. There's been a lot of sniping at his image. You know, CNN's John King did ask McCain if it was right for his campaign to do this. Let's listen to what John McCain had to say.
It is, I'm sorry to say that it is. It's legitimate, and there's no place in this campaign for that. There's no place for it, and we shouldn't be doing it.
Ed, that's very grave comments.
Well, you know, in one sense, the straight talker is not being such a straight talker, and I think to a certain extent, how Barack described the campaign is exactly right. They're going to make Obama the bad guy. For some reason, they don't believe enough in their own candidate to promote him as a significant leader, and I think to a certain extent, he's got great qualities in a time like this. It's not just about Obama, it's about McCain. Can McCain rise to the occasion, which McCain is going to be put forward? I think everybody thinks race is in this race, whether it really is or not. I think the more it gets raised, the less it may be involved long-term. But I think to a certain extent, this was not a good week for either campaign.
You know, Obama also, late in the week, was heckled by some people at a rally who held up a sign that said, "What about the black community, Obama?" This discussion of race is really going into many venues now. It was kind of a surprise to see that at a rally for Obama because they've been really celebratory all along. Thoughts on the sort of negative crowds now at Obama rallies?
Look, when you're that far out front, when you're that public, people are going to pay attention. But the McCain campaign is trying to use race and his background to create an anti-elitist argument to try to get the people that have voted against those kinds of elites in the past to vote against Obama. That's what they're really up to. Can they get away with it? Not sure. This guy's a lot different.
All right. We'll hold it right there. We'll be right back in a second. The nation's unemployment rate rises to a 4-year high. Now, is there any help ahead for our struggling middle class? Next. Stay with us.